You get to a first down and goal inside your opponent's 5-yard line, but you find yourself struggling your ass off to score a touchdown, and you end up having to take 3 points, and that could be the difference in you winning or losing a ball game. This has been a common problem for years, and it's no different here this year. Well, have no fear, because I'm here to show you guys 3 different ways that you can score inside the 5-yard line in Madden 26. Before we get into the breakdowns here, I just want to say that if you guys find yourself running the ball more often than not inside the red zone, you're probably getting stopped more inside the 5-yard line, because running the ball in this game sucks. Defensive linemen shed like crazy. Linebackers flow to the ball really, really well. It's damn near impossible to run the ball successfully, even between the 20s, and especially inside the 5-yard line when everything is so condensed down. I would take running the ball, unless you're running some sort of RPO, out of your arsenal inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you want to run the ball when you're at the 1-yard line, so be it. But from like the 2-yard line to the 5, I would not recommend it, because you're probably going to see yourself going backwards and having to take that 3 points rather than scoring 7. Now let's get into this here, boys. I am in still the Jacksonville Jaguars offensive playbook, and I'm going to show you guys 3 different formations and 3 different plays that are going to help you better improve your game inside the 5-yard line. Now, these are not going to be 100% guaranteed to score touchdowns every single time. Nothing is. But using these tools, using these concepts that you can apply to your playbook, if you're not running Jacksonville, you can find yourself having more success inside the 5-yard line. The first play that we're going to break down is actually something that you can find, once again, in multiple different playbooks. You're just going to have to scan through your specific playbook. If you're not running Jags, we are going to be in the Y-off trio weak offensive formation. And I'm going to hide my webcam here so you guys can see the play. We're going to be running the play on the far left, the quick fork zig. Now, what makes this play so good? As you can see on the far right receiver on the trips side is on a really unique route. Me personally, I don't even know what to call this route, but as you will see here in a second, it is one of the best in the game at scoring inside 5-yard line. So let's get into it. Quick fork zig. And on defense, we're just gonna come out in a random play, random formation, doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So here's what the play looks like, completely stock. Now, as you guys can see, before we break this down, I have my trips to the wide side of the field, so I have more space on the trip side. You can do this to the wide side. You can actually do the short side trips if you wanted to, but I'm gonna tell you guys now to prefer to have your trips to the wide side of the field to have more space for this play to develop. Now, as mentioned, we take a look here at this route ran by Mr. T. Higgins. I don't even know what to call this route, boys, but as you will see, the route doesn't start off by running. He waits, and then he cuts up the middle of the field, kind of like a slant route. I guess you can call it a delayed slant route, delayed crossing route. I don't even know what the exact terminology of this route is. But as mentioned, it is one of the best routes in the game, because it just gets into such an incredible spot against any sort of zone coverage, and it fries man coverage as well. So we're just gonna run this play stock and watch what happens. Boom, he waits for just a split second, and then he goes, no matter what coverage it is. That was man coverage right there. Against zone coverage, which I believe this is not, this is also man. It will also get open against that as well. Now, if it's man coverage, and if you can tell that it is man coverage, I'm probably not gonna have Brock Bowers or whoever your tight end is on this route here, because this is gonna just create a really bad spacing. You're gonna have your opponent having their man coverage like collide with one another, so that's, you could potentially throw a pick on it. So I'm probably just gonna put him on a normal like corner route here against man coverage. So we'll hike the ball once again. We wait, and that was actually zone, but there you can see it don't matter, boys. That route is incredible, absolutely incredible inside the 5-yard line. Once again, take a look here. This is zone. Look at that. It's just oofda. I don't know why I haven't been running this play more often inside the 5 than I have, because it is so freaking good. Man or zone, it does not matter. This is actually mid blitz, so we got absolutely screamed at. So you might want to block a running back there if you suspect your opponent is going to blitz your ass off. There you can see he waits. The DB just doesn't even react. The outside DB there, the outside corner, as you can see, he doesn't even know what to do against this route because everything is just flowing. And right there, oh wow, that was actually a pretty sus read, I'm not gonna lie. He actually played the shit out of it that time. Man, as you can see, we're just getting over and over and over. Look at that. Oh my God, Travis Hunter, look out, man. Holy crap, he baited the crap out of that route. That's insane. I'm making these look bad, I'm sorry. Oh, that was bad too. Wow, holy crap. But more times than not, you are going to find pretty good success at running this play. You're just gonna have to find the right timing window to throw it. Right there, we finally did after the last like 4 reps of throwing terrible reads. Sometimes you might have to wait a little bit longer than usual. Sometimes you might have to throw it in quickly. Right here, we have to wait a little bit longer. Right there, we led the ball down so we get it away from those DBs. But with like anything in this game, it's all about the timing. And right there, once again, we waited a little bit longer that time to throw it because the DB was actually playing pretty well. Once again, we wait. Right there, I probably would not throw that in that instance because the DB actually bagged the shit out of it. More times than not, you will see, not that, but more times than often, you will see that this route just gets in such a beautiful spot where it's almost damn near impossible to guard that route. And your opponent's gonna have to probably user it, or they're gonna have to have an elite switch stick in order to guard this. And right there, guess what? If that route is bagged, which it was there, guess what? You can just throw your tight end route if you wanted to. Once again, I'm just putting the tight end on a corner route out of this. And if the tight end is not open, then the delayed slant / drag route should be open. Right there, we threw another interception because I'm ass. Right there, look at, oh, we got screamed at. But Brock Bowers was gonna be open on that play. Right there, we have to wait. Also, the route does a really good job of just continuing to run up the field. It doesn't really stop unless I'm not really sure. I don't really run this play at all from the 20s or whatever. I mostly only run this in this situation. Defensive linemen are just on crack in this game. So I don't know whether this route will stop or not when you go up the field. But there you can see, it got bagged, but the tight end was open. You see the point here, boys. It is a very, very, very pain in the ass to deal with is this route combination, or is this play right here, quick fork zig out of the gun Y-off trio weak. Now we are transitioning to one of the most popular offenses in Madden every single year, and that is the trips tight end. You can pretty much run this concept out of any play that you wanted to. I'm actually going to show you a little variation to this play that I'm about to show you guys here in this as well, but I'm going to come out in the curl flat play because of the stock flat route by the slot receiver. And we're probably going to show this first against the man coverage because I think it's man coverage that does a lot better, and you'll see here in a minute. Then zone, I'm just going to call, doesn't really matter. I don't want to call blitz. We just want to call some sort of man coverage. We'll call cover one robber. And once again, you're going to want to have your trips to the wide side. So we're going to move the ball over to the right hash. Now, there's a bunch of different combinations of plays that you can run inside the 5 here, but this is my favorite one that I like to do. So I like to go ahead, I'm just gonna block the running back just for extra protection. I'm gonna put the tight end on a corner route. I'm going to put B and X receivers on in routes, and I'm going to stem those in routes down all the way, just like that. And I'm also gonna stem down the corner route by the tight end. So everything is all stemmed down except for that flat route. And we're basically just flooding from wide side to short side. I'm mostly looking for the tight end right off rip. Hopefully he out leverages the safety or whoever is manned up onto him, and he'll be able to be an easy touchdown for you. Otherwise, you're gonna have either one of your in routes over the middle of the field. You might have this one a little bit later in the progression, or you might have this one way later in the progression of the play. So we snap the ball here, and look at that, Brock Bowers on a corner route, fries the man coverage. Show it to you again. So stem down corner, block the running back, in route B, in route X, stem both of those in routes down, and there is your play. And we just created a crazy pick action there with the safety who was manned up to Brock Bowers, and he was butt-ass naked for the touchdown. So once again, very, very good. I did not mean to motion Treadwell. Get back over there, buddy. There you go. Snap the ball this time, and there you can see Treadwell got open. So one of the end routes could potentially get open as well. Now, if they like to run the shade down man coverage, this probably will struggle against it in that. I'll probably go to the next play. I'll show you guys a variation, or actually show against 2-man under. This might not work as well. So now I'm in 2-man under, and I'm gonna show you guys here that this might not be a very good play call against this, because in 2-man under, the DBs are already playing inside shade technique. So the in routes are probably going to be extremely bad, but you can potentially throw the tight end here. But as you can see, never mind, it's made a liar on myself. I don't have 2 controllers activated, so most players are going to press. I'm not like officially pressing this defense, so a vast majority of players online are going to press their shade down man, so that way they can get the maximum ability out of it. My man Laquan Treadwell is cooking on the outside. He is absolutely frying. Is that Patrick Peterson? Oh, rip. Making a liar out of myself, I guess. But once again, this is something I'm just not going to run against shade down man. But I can show you guys a little alternate setup to this against shade down man if you wanted to. Once again, that's just a dangerous throw. There's no user on this field, so just imagine there a user being there. You're probably going to throw an interception on that. So here's the little variation that I like to do. If I know my opponent is running shade down man, we're gonna go ahead. We're going to in route both the X and B receivers again, right? We're gonna block the running back, but this time we are going to put our tight end on a deep crossing route, something like this, to hopefully once again gain a leverage on the inside rather than hitting with an outside breaking route. And there you can see, boom, Brock Bowers wide open once again. Keep in mind of the user defender being on the field there potentially. That could potentially open up the end routes if the user is too aggressive, and they could cause some bumping, which is always really fun to deal with in this game. But there y'all see, just a little bit of a variation just like that. The same concept gets open against shade down man. Double stem down in routes. Did not mean to do that. No, come back here, Mr. Laquan Treadwell. Double stem down in routes and a crossing route from your tight end. You'd love to see it. And now the third concept that you could run inside the 5-yard line, potentially turn 3s to 7s, is going to come from the tight doubles formation. You could pretty much run this concept out of any sort of 2x2 compression formation. So you could run it out of tight Y off weak if you wanted to, or tight slots. But I prefer to choose tight doubles because it has a very easy play to set up. And that play is the play to my right, double stick. Think to yourself, what the frick? How and why? What is going on here? Why is this? Well, we're gonna make some alterations to this, so let's get into it. We are going to be putting return routes on the field on both our non-flat routed receivers. So we're gonna put a return route on Laquan Treadwell, and then we're going to put a return route on, in this case, on our tight end. Then what we're gonna do is we're going to take the running back, put him on a curl route. All right, you don't want him to be on the check and release curl route. You want him to be on the regular curl route. And you're going to stem the curl route as far as it can go. Like you can see here, I am going as far as I can up. It only goes to about 3 or 4 yards, about 2 or 3 yards from the back line of the end zone. And against really either man or zone, you're going to see that one of the return routes on this play are going to get open. And you just got to pick and choose which one's open. That time, the left of screen return route was open. This time, it could potentially be the right of screen. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Snap the ball. We wait, drop the ball. That would have been a touchdown right there. Now, I'm probably gonna actually scoot the ball up a couple of yards. I probably wouldn't run this on the 5-yard line. I'd probably run the trip setup or the goal line fork zig setup out of this. This is something I'm probably gonna run inside like the 3 to 3 to 2 yard line, somewhere in that range. It's just like this. You're just gonna wait and see. That time, Brock Bowers got open. That running back curl route is going to distract your opponent's user a lot of the time, because a lot of time, like the most popular red zone defense in this game is cover 2. What's open in a cover 2? The middle of the field. So the user is going to have to respect this curl route. And guess what? You can go ahead, you can float the running back over here. It doesn't really matter. They're going to have to respect this route going up the middle of the field. Otherwise, they're going to give it up for a touchdown. And what that does is that creates all the space for these good old return routes to get open over the middle of the field because of this. Right there, that was a dangerous throw, but guess what? It was open. Trust me, y'all. If one of the return routes is open or is not open, the other one is going to be open. Brock Bowers is an absolute dog in this game. So once again, we return route both of these non-flat defenders. We curl route the running back and we stem the running back up as far as we possibly can. We snap the ball and we watch magic happen. There you go, boys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it works out for you guys. Once again, you can apply this to whatever playbook. It doesn't have to be Jags. You can apply this to pretty much any single play in your favorite playbook in the game. And I hope and pray that it helps you guys out a lot in scoring inside the 5-yard line, because I still struggle mightily and will forever continue to struggle at scoring inside this, because everything is so condensed down. You don't have very much window of opportunity. But as y'all see here in these, there are examples that there are some opportunities inside the 5-yard line to really turn a game upside down and once again convert those 7 points. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you like this content, let me know down below in the comment section. Until next time, have a good one. Peace. Hey, before you go, did you like what you saw in the video? If you did, consider leaving a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you really like what you saw, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell icon to be notified each and every single time a video goes live here on the channel. Here's a couple other videos on my channel that you might like. Thanks for tuning in.